Shalom, holy Jews. I want to tell you a story about Menachem Begin. It was Israel, Palestine, 1944. And Menachem Begin, who was in charge of the Irgun, decided to revolt against the British, who were really in charge of Palestine at the time. Now, the other main force that was around was the Haganah, which was led by David Ben-Gurion. And David Ben-Gurion thought that this was not the correct approach. There are many other factors that were going into this decision that I'm just not getting into right now. But David Ben-Gurion told the Haganah that you should capture as many Irgun as you can and give them over to the British people. When the Irgun heard about this, when Menachem Begin found out about this, he told his soldiers, don't let yourselves get caught, but at the same time, don't fight against the Haganah. You see, Menachem Begin understood that even though he may have been in a weaker position here, it was much worse to have a civil war, Jew against Jew. That was not going to be the beginnings of statehood. And sure enough, a year later, when the British started moving out of Palestine, the Haganah that kind of took over leadership extended an arm to the Irgun and asked them if they wanted to join forces. That was the beginning of Tzahal. That was the beginning of a formation together of Jews that would lead towards the beginning of statehood, that would be the beginning of sovereignty of a Jewish people in their land. Menachem Begin had the foresight to realize there's a bigger picture here. And maybe, even though in the short term it wasn't the best thing for his Irgun, in the long term, it was the best thing for the Jewish people. It's very interesting. Yesterday was Rosh Chodesh, and we have the custom of reading the various donations that every Nasi, every prince of every tribe, would bring towards the Mishkan. Every prince brought the exact same thing. And the Midrash tells us that the tribe of LeVee did not bring anything. Moshe Rabbeinu and Aaron HaKohen go up to Hashem and they say, God, we want to be part of this too. And ultimately, what does Hashem say to them? You know what, Moshe? I'm going to give you something special. I'm going to let you do the first instructional service for all the Kohanim in the Mishkan. And Aaron, I'm going to give to you the matana, the gift of lighting the menorah from here on out. Right now, we're in a difficult situation. A lot of us are having Pesach, making Pesach for the first time on our own, in our own homes, buying pots and pans, cleaning everything up, getting ready to have a Seder, and we're doing it all alone. I'm still hoping that all this is going to go away and I'm going to be able to fly to Chicago with my family and have Seder with my parents. But I think I have to accept that that's just not going to happen. As much as I still pray for it, as much as I want it, I think I'm really going to have to buy pots and pans, clean my home, and get ready to do Seder with my family. Just my immediate family. Just myself. And that's a very hard thing to accept. But here's the thing. When Menachem Begin accepted his situation, he realized that there was a greater outcome. I like to use my rabbinic poetic license and suggest that in the Midrash, when Moshe Rabbeinu and Aaron accepted the fact that Shevet Levi was not going to be giving anything, that's when Hashem could say, I have something better for you. When we can accept this reality, when we can accept that, hey, Pesach this year is going to look a lot different than I've ever experienced it before, then maybe we're in store for something so much greater that we don't even know about. I want to finish with the end of the Haftorah in this week's Parsha. It says this, Zachar Ela Yaakov Yisrael. Remember these things, Yaakov and Israel. Ki avdei ata yitzarticha, avdei li ata. I fashioned you, I created you to be my servants. You are my servants. Lo tinaseni. Don't forget this. As soon as we can accept that what's going on here is Hashem's will, and that ultimately, Hashem, you're my master. And if this is how you want me to serve you without a minion, if this is how you want me to serve you cleaning up my own house, if this is how you want me to serve you buying my own pots, having my own Pesach, my own Seder in my own home, then that acceptance will lead us to something greater, to the beginning of a statehood, to the beginning of lighting a menorah for the rest of our lives, to the beginning of something that we can't even comprehend right now. I give us all a bracha to be able to accept the reality, as hard as that is, and then to hope that maybe what we have in store is something so much greater than we could ever imagine. Shabbat Shalom.